I'm David Coss. I'm mayor of the city of Santa Fe and have been for a couple years now. Lifelong Santa Fean, grew up here. Never had any thought that I would live anywhere else but here. And I guess that's one of the things I've been thinking about lately, is that our young people don't want to live here anymore. And what do we do about that? How do we adjust for that? I was on a panel with Richard Louv, who wrote the book The Last Child in the Woods, about how the whole concept of nature deficit disorder, and that young people just don't get out in nature, and so they're missing a part of their cultural experience, but they're also missing just big chunks of physical and emotional experience as well. And what do we do about that? But to change the direction we're in is requiring a total change in the way we live and the way we organize our society and our economy. And he has, he's postulating, a lot of people are, that we're going to lose this feature of our culture, the national parks, the wilderness areas, the great land, the sea to shining sea, and yet we've become disconnected, and the fear is that we've got about a generation or two to fix that, which is kind of the same. We have a generation or two to fix the climate problem. That excites young people, and it's like, no, we have to change everything. It's not a the rainforests are dying and acid rain is ruining, and it's not what do we got to do for nature. It's like, what do we have to do for ourselves to continue to have a great life on this planet. And so there's a lot of hopeful things coming out of it, but he was talking about how the young people get excited by the challenge of, you got to change everything. You got to change everything. But it's a very positive and very hopeful thing. You think about that a lot in Santa Fe, or at least I do, because we're graying as a community. We don't have the nightlife. The schools in this part of the city are struggling for enrollment. A lot of people move out, and I had this thought at fiestas, because I like to go dance, and Carol and I like to dance and like to be social and meet people. But at fiestas, it was a wonderful dance. It was our new convention center. They start the music, and I'm thinking, God, I've been dancing to the same music for 40 years now, and it's nice, it's fun, and it seemed like, everybody's my age or older in this group. And then the band took a break, and they just put some hip hop on. And all of a sudden, the floor filled up with young people, and they had great moves, and Carol and I were like, felt like old fogies, but it was so fun to watch, and the floor just filled up. I go, where'd all these young people come from? They were like invisible. And then when the band took a break and the recorded, just the hip hop came on, boom, out they came. And it just made me think, do we need to look at fiestas, which the current form of fiestas was basically invented about 80 years ago, and update it. And how would we update, that one very important cultural feature of Santa Fe, but how would we update it to make it more fun and to make it different? So I've been thinking about that lately, and I guess the fun thing I think about is I don't really have to think about it that much longer. Some young person's just going to come and say, get out of the way, here's how you do it. And that'll be a good time in my life when that happens.
Who in the community would you like to hear deep thoughts from?
Vince Tapia,
okay.
or Carol Rose.
Okay.
Carol Rose is my wife.